The best thing on her. I don't know why you can put me down. Shit, I am the shit.
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talking me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm champion. The game is in trouble, I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle, I got it for real. Still keep me going, I wake up and hustle, you won't see me buckle, I've been in the field. Man of the town, you been in your fields, I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty, either that or your tragedy, we shutting everything down. I've been hot like somebody put a candle on them. Off top, I don't really stand opponents, this mine, the moment is run out and start a bunch of pandemonium. More game, I got some, the skill is bar one, y'all done, the game in the coffin. Referee screen, rest in peace, and think twice if you next to me, it's West. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion. It's our repetition, I'm stacking these trophies, I'm good with addition. I spit like a pastor, I give you the vision. Up early morning, enough of the sleeping. My life is a dream, but you wishing you lived it. Haters get livid, my pocket's Pacific, that's deep if you get it. So Tempur-Pedic, I sleep on the critics. Don't feel like competing, I'm hearing these crickets. Whoa, let me switch the flow, a new bounce. Coming to the den with a lion, I'm gon' pounce. Know I've been a king for a while, got a ring and a crown. That's the bling with the blow, what the team is about. Champions, you can tell by the ambience of this sound. Referee screen, rest in peace, and think twice if you next to me, it's no doubt. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right. This ain't no regular thing, I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean, this for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you tuned in to the one and only Big Hank Sports Review. Yeah. Basketball, football, breaking it down for you. Yeah. Now vibe with me. Like, comment, subscribe, oh yeah. Kick back, enjoy the ride. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Big Hank Sports. Like, comment, subscribe, say wow. Kick back, enjoy the ride. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Step on the court, feel the sneaker squeak. Hank call a play like a coach unique. Fast break vision, highlight reel. He breaking down the stats with that southern feel. On the field, end zone, crowd gon' roar. Touchdown energy, we want more. So if you want the game from a real point of view, better show love, like, comment, subscribe to. Like, comment, subscribe, say what. Big Hank, keep the game alive. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Big Hank Sports Review. NBA nights, NFL days. Hank break it down in so many ways. From the block to the pocket, the hustle, the grind. Every story hit different when Hank defines. Laughs in the flow, but the game stay tight. He shine the spotlight where it feel just right. Sports and the culture, it's more than the vibe. It's the truth and the groove. Come on, subscribe. Now don't wait, don't hesitate. Click that button, elevate. Join the tribe, be part of the crew. Sports review with Hank coming straight to you. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. Keep the channel alive. Basketball, football, talking that truth. Sports review with Hank bringing the proof. Hank Sports Review.
Beautiful Monday, beautiful Monday, beautiful Monday. We in the building, guys. We are in the building. I'm glad to be here. Hopefully all is well with everybody. This is a good Monday, guys. Let me tell you why it's a good Monday. My Bears are winning. And that's the only thing that really matters. Let's be honest. Huh? That's the only thing that really matters. The Chicago Bears are winning. We out here 10-4, looking good. Yeah, there's some other games going on with sports. We're going to talk about it too. But the most important thing is the Chicago Bears are winning. Nothing against your other team, but screw them. Let's be honest. Screw the rest of them. There's only one for me. I said for me now. Now for you guys, I'm sure you got your one team, man. Whatever team that is, it is. But my one team that I'm looking forward to playing, watching, play, and all that good stuff, and hoping we win, the Chicago Bears. So with that being said, I want to say good afternoon, good evening, or good morning to the individual. Depends on what part of the earth you're from. I'm just glad you're here. But since you're here, do me a solid and hit that goddamn like button. You goddamn right. Push the goddamn like button. Guys, a lot going on. A lot's going on in sports, lots going on in the world. Let me say this. My thoughts and prayers go out to the people over in Australia. My thoughts and prayers for the people who lost their lives at Brown University. You know, this is a holiday time. You would think people would be coming together. But it's just the opposite, unfortunately. It's just the opposite, and things are not going the way I would have thought it would go, especially around this time of season when you come together with family, loved ones, friends. It's not the case. So I'm going to say this before I get really deep into the show. Guys, I encourage you to love up on your loved ones. As long as you got them, you make sure you show love and appreciation to them. Tomorrow's not promised. Not to nobody. There was an old song by this great philosophers. One day you're here. The next day you're gone. Shout out to UGK on that Ride and Dirty album. Classic. Got it in my collection. Had to have it. But I'm just saying. That's a fact. One day you here, the next day you go. But while you're here, guys, I need you to hit me that goddamn like button. Goddamn right. My man said I subbed. I know that's right. My guy, I appreciate your sub. It's greatly appreciated. And for anybody else who wants to sub, don't hit that sub button. Make sure you hit all bells notifications on to all. Make sure you do that. So whenever I go live or whenever I drop a video, you're going to get that. Guys, for those who don't know, and I do it every week, I drop my album of the week and my Funko Pop, I action figure of the week. I do that every week. Right? I do it I stopped playing the video on her because, man, they keep hitting me with this bull crap. And I hate to do it. But guys, as long as you're a sub, or even if you're not a sub, you can just go find it, look in the shorts. You know what I'm saying? When you see it, make sure you hit the like button. But my album of the week was The Beastie Boys, the first debut album. License to Ill. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? My Funko Pop of the week was Clark Griswold, as well as Cousin Eddie. It's Christmas time, right? Christmas time. Straight Holland Queens. Mom's in the kitchen cooking collard greens. You know it. He say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Shout out to Run DMC. R.I.P. to Jam Master Jay. Yeah, I'm old school. I ain't going to try to hide. I'm 50 years goddamn old. Yes, sir, I am. You're new to the channel. You see all these action figures and statues behind me. Yeah, I collect Funko Pops. Collect them. Albums. Got them. I collect those too. It's just my thing. Now I was on the show one time. They said, Hink, why is a 50-year-old man got dolls? And I always got to correct them. I ain't got no goddamn dolls. I got action figures. I got statues. And I got Funko Pops as well as albums. That's my thing. I collect. And I have fun doing it. Guys, you stay with me. Continue to watch. You're going to see me going to some of these conventions, these cons, and all that good stuff. I'm not going to live stream it. Not going to do it because some people just don't like to be, I guess, on video or whatever cases. So I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to definitely make sure I've recorded and for you guys to see, and I'll cut it up and I'll upload it onto my channel for you guys to share those moments with me. Now, I might put it behind the basement for about a week or two and let some of the basement members, but guys, if you decide you want to become a member, you can do that. He said, what college did Jackson Dart go to? Well, Jackson Dart went to that slave school down there in Mississippi. Ole Miss. Used to have a mascot called Johnny Rebel. I question that sometimes. Why would any person of color would want to go to Ole Miss when they used to have a Confederate flag on the goddamn helmet? That was crazy. Ain't no way I can go to a school like that. They had a Confederate flag on their helmet. Now, fortunate for them, they don't. Not no more. But I'm just saying, I'm from the South. Shout out to the South. My man said, Jesus love you and died on the cross for you. I know that's right. Shout out to you, brother, and blessings to you and your family. Yeah, Jackson Dart went to Ole Miss. I remember when they played Kentucky, and Kentucky beat them that year, one year. I was never really impressed with Jackson Dart in college. I wasn't. I mean, I thought he was okay, but I wasn't that impressed with him. He's doing all right in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? His style of play ain't going to last long. You know, it reminds me of Lamar Jackson. So in case you want to know where Lamar Jackson went at, he went to University of Louisville. Since we're going to ask where quarterbacks went. Might as well go on volunteer now. I'm going to beat my man to the question. MLB Pods 414. So I assume you're a baseball guy. According to the avatar, it looks like the Cincinnati. You a Red Leg fan? If you are, the only Cincinnati Red fan, a player I like is Diaz. Number 44. I got his jersey. I like it. I got the opportunity to see him when he played for the Bats in the minor leagues. Great player. He's like 6'3". He might be about 6'4". But man, he's tall and he could move. I can see him at receiver. Woo! I'm just saying. But let me say this. He did right by picking baseball. That's where he can make the money at. Let me say, Kyler Murray, you might see if you still got a little something left in the tank for baseball because, man, the NFL dream is over. I think you are terrible in the NFL. You're too small. Nothing against the short kings. Shout out to him. But he's built like a child, man. Look, I know it says in the program and online, you about 6'9". You ain't no goddamn. You 6'9", my bad. It says you 5'9". You more like 5'6", 5'5", maybe. God damn. I mean, he looked like a little child with a little bitty leg. He's running across the field. It looked like you breathe on him real tough. He falling over. You done let my man take over your spot. And he's what we call a journeyman quarterback. Shout out to Brissett. I remember him playing at NC State. Me name these college quarterbacks and they a college and along with the quarterback. It's crazy. Let me get off that. I ain't planning on doing that the rest of the night. We're not going to do that. We're not going to try to test your boy's knowledge. Guys, I appreciate every last one of you being here. While you're here, hit that like button for me. You goddamn right. Now, if you decide you want to donate, there's a QR code up there and hit my cash app. But I do also have super chat. Hit the super chat. Now, that's if you're on my side of the street, and that's Hink of the Basement channel. I don't know where you may be watching from. You might be watching from the Gist NFL, or you could be watching from the Round Table. Either way, it's all good. I appreciate you being here. But while you're here, don't just be cloud watching. Hit that like button. You goddamn right. Push that goddamn button. I appreciate every last one of you. With that being said, man, look. Congratulations to the Heisman winner, Fernando Menendez. Mendoza, I'm sorry. Let me just Menendez. That's them brothers, the Menendez brothers. Have y'all seen that? Have y'all seen that documentary on Netflix? Good documentary. Check it out if you haven't had a chance. Mendoza. Fernando Mendoza. Let me get that man's name. He's a Heisman Trophy. I got to get his name right? Shout out to that young man. We goes to the University of Indiana. Out of the city of Miami, state of Florida. Shout out to that guy, man. Won the Heisman. Let me be honest. I'm sick of the Heisman. I'm sick of it. Because every time it's a quarterback award, they really don't give a shit about no other position. I know Travis Hunter won it last year. And he might throw a running back or maybe a receiving every once in a while. But we all know what it is. It's a quarterback award. Let's be honest. It's an award for the best quarterback in college. Now, we all know they're not the best player in college. But, of course, quarterback is the most vital position in the game. In some people's opinion. I don't believe that. I believe that offensive defensive line is always key. Normally, you get a good offensive and defensive line, you got a chance. Get a decent quarterback, your chances go up even higher. And so on and so forth. But, nonetheless, you had Vanderbilt's quarterback there. You had Indiana's quarterback there. And then you had, I don't know who the other quarterback was. I didn't watch the ceremony. It was just disgusting, man. I just know what it is. You know, I like Vanderbilt's quarterback, even though he's about 30 years old. I'm just saying, he's about 30 years old. I'm just saying, he's 30-year-old quarterback going to the Heisman. He's the one who went to the JUCO and filed a petition and got his way into the college. Shout out to him for standing up for what he believes in. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but the best for that man. But yeah, it was a weak class. It was a weak class. Let's be honest. That class was weak. Didn't matter who really won. I thought they was all okay quarterbacks, just okay. Look here, let me be honest. More likely they ain't gonna be nothing in college. I hate to break their hearts. Truth's got to be told. It is what it is. They not gonna be them guys in on the college level. I mean, on the NFL level. They just not. Unfortunately. Now, I like Love. Sayans was the other quarterback from Ohio State. I like Love, from the running back from Notre Dame. I like him. I think he's a good player. But my man, you know you wasn't going to get a legitimate opportunity. Right? You know he wasn't going to get a legitimate opportunity to win this. My man said question. What's your question, my guy? What up, Hink? What's going on, brother? Hopefully all is well with you. Make sure you hit the like button while you're here, brother. I appreciate you. NFL. What's that say? Cramp this? Okay. What's your question, brother? I'm waiting for your question. Don't put it in the chat. Is your question is something about Patrick Mahomes? I see you're a KC fan. Is that it? I don't know. But it's tragic what happened to Patrick Mahomes. I hate to see that any player go down with a season-ending injury. That's not good. Had a couple happen yesterday. Micah Parsons, great defensive end, played for Green Bay. Don't fault me, guys. I know I just say with a lot of enthusiasm because I'm FGB over here. But at the same time, I do like good players, and Micah Parsons, I think, is a good player. And I hate to see him go out like that, man, with an injury. But unfortunately, those things happen. Unfortunately, those things do happen. And it's not a lot you can do about it. You know, it's part of the game. And you got to pretty much have that next man up mentality. But my guy, what's your question? Go ahead and put it in the chat. I'll be glad to entertain your question. Hopefully I can answer. I ain't going to tell you I can. Far from perfect. Far from it. But I know a little something. Well, a couple things happened to me this weekend. Out of my 6 teams of fantasy football team, I was in 5 playoffs. Unfortunately, I lost 4 of them. Four of them some bitches let me down. Shame on him. And one of them, only reason why I got a win on that one, because I had a bye. See, now this is why when you don't put your shit on, describe it on, it is the type of bullshit you get. This shit right here, this type of shit we get. Is this what we doing now? Do you snore? Some people got too much goddamn time. All right, it's going to be the last bullshit question I'll take from this guy. God damn. Crazy work. Let me get back to some real shit. Real sports talk. So, unfortunately, the 5 playoffs I was in, I'm only advancing in 2 of them. And again, one of them I had a bye. This is the reason I advanced on that automatic. Just being transparent. My team's let me down, guys. Guys did not show up. The funny thing, I had Romeo Dominguez thinking I was going to play. You know, thinking he's going to snap and have a good game against Cleveland. And somehow, some way, he can't get through warm-ups from re-injuring himself. So I tried to take him out. Unfortunately, I got the news like at 101, and so I can't take him out. I'm suffering. Now I got a goose egg. Didn't matter. The guy beat the brakes off of me. his little 10, 15 points with a batter. I got beat the brakes off of. Beat the brakes off. So it didn't matter. A couple other leagues. I'm winning, but the results won't be in until tonight. He's got like 2 players. He got a running back and a defense for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'm up by like 4 or 5 points. It's over. Now, if his running back decides he wants to run the ball and get hurt while fumbling, okay, that'll help me. I need for Miami score some points on Pittsburgh too. I'm asking a lot. So that's why I chalked this one up at a loss already. Now, some people say, he could giving up. No, I'm not giving up. I just understand reality. It is what it is. What's going on, my man? Hopefully you are a subscriber. And if not, shame on you. But one thing you can do, even if you're not a subscriber with a cat as an avatar, make sure you hit that goddamn like button. I appreciate it. So a portion of my weekend was rough on you, boy. Now, Kentucky did beat Indiana in basketball, so that kind of helped my spirits. The Chicago Bears beat Cleveland. That also helped my spirit. And Green Bay lost. They really made my spirits. So, fortunate for us, a lot of good things happened for the Chicago Bears, and I'm glad. With that being said, let's go to this image. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So as y'all see right now in the playoff picture, if it started today, the Chicago Bears will be the number 2 seed. A game behind the Los Angeles Rams. So right now we're trying to win the NFC North. That's what we're playing for first. Either way, we're going to get in the playoffs. Would it be nice to get that number 2 seed? Yes, it would. But even better for the number 1. Because that gives us the opportunity to get the bye. Not only the bye, we will have the home field advantage throughout the playoffs. I would love that opportunity. Can we get it? Yeah, we can get it. But we're going to need a little help. We're going to need help from the Seattle Seahawks because they do play the Rams again. We're going to need some help from these guys. Right? We're going to definitely need some help. Now, are they willing to help us? No. Are they? We have to see. But with that being said, let's go and see what the next few weeks brings for us with the Rams. So this coming week, the Rams play the Seattle Seahawks this Sunday. Big game this Thursday, division rival. That would definitely help. Week 17, the Rams play the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, shit. Can't rely on them Atlanta Falcons because they terrible. Now, week 18, Jesus Christ, they play the Arizona Cardinals. So our only chance is Seattle beat them. If not, can't rely on nobody else because them other bums ain't shit. Can we do football puns here? I don't know what the puns you mean. Jokes? I mean, God damn. Is that what we're doing? I tell you, the funny thing about this is when you have situations like this, you don't know what you're going to get. Right? You don't. So let me go and make some adjustments. All right. Yeah. You be getting some strange individuals. They just be over here making some crazy statements. Crazy. But, you got to love them, right? You got to love them. Here we go. Here go one. Like we're barely here for the real lines of it's no what. Lines of it. No one wants to buck around. God damn. Yeah, I need to stop giving this guy energy. I see. Make sure you hit the like button, T-Bit. Jesus Christ. This is why I be putting it on subscribers only. Because when you get crazy stuff like this, man, come on, man. What are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing? Let's keep it going. Let's keep it. We can't entertain. So it's obvious that the Rams are not going to really do anything for us. We need Seattle to rely on them to maybe come through on Thursday night. Because if that happens and we beat Green Bay, that put us back at number one. Now, please believe me, we don't have an easy road. Nothing easy about our road because you got Green Bay, you got the 49ers, then we got Detroit. 3 tough games. The good thing about it is 2 out of the 3 are at home. So Green Bay's on the road to us. We on the road to the 49ers, and Detroit has to come to us. So now we're getting a dome team, got to play out in the element. I wish we could have got the 49ers here, took them out of that warm climate out there in San Francisco. Santa Clara, I believe that's where they play at the Levi's Stadium. Shout out to Levi's. My favorite brand of jeans. I'm just saying. Do me a favor, guys. Make sure y'all hit that like button. You goddamn right. It was a great game yesterday for the Bears. Let me say that. It was a complete game. A game that was much needed because it builds your confidence, right? Our defense showed up. Our offense showed up. Caleb played solid football, had 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, no turnovers. Damn. Everyone needs to like the stream and subscribe to the stream. You don't want to ram your way through life. We're just here to recharge yourself. There you go. Another football pun. God damn, this is crazy. T-Bit, hopefully you subscribe. And don't you ram your way through life. Where you're here just to recharge yourself. Right on. I'm just saying. But as far as that game on Sunday, they're going to say, oh, man, that was Cleveland Browns. You're right. But that Cleveland Browns had the number 2 defense. Future Hall of Fame defensive end in Myles Garrett, who's close to the record now. I think he's like 1 from tying, 2 from claiming it outright. So yesterday, I think they only gave him a half a sack. So he got 21 and a half. Look, he's a great player. Definitely a Hall of Famer. A great opponent to play against. Just glad he didn't get the record on us. That's all I'm saying. Just glad Caleb didn't give up the opportunity for him to get the record on us. You know, fortunate for him, he got 3 games left this season. More than likely, he's going to get that record this season. I can't see he's not getting the record. You know, I can't see it. Now, unfortunately, unless something happens like injury, he going to get it. 3 games. Need 1.5 sack to take the outright record. He can do it. Let's see. Matter of fact, let's look at the Cleveland Browns remaining schedule. See what weekend will he get it on. So with that being said, Cleveland Browns plays the Buffalo Bills. That'd be a nice look. That'd be nice. Future Hall of Fame quarterback and Josh Allen to get the record against. Yeah, be nice. That's who he plays in Week 16. Week 17 has the Pittsburgh Steelers. Will he get it against old washed-up quarterback named Aaron Rodgers? Who knows? But that's who he plays week 17. And who he has? Week 18, he has the Cincinnati Bengals. Can he get the record against Joe Burrow in week 18? I don't know. Those are three good quarterbacks, the opportunity to get to play against in order to get that record. That would be nice. Either one of them be nice, right? Either one of them. But will he get it? I don't know. I hope he does. So good luck to Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett. Oh. Old Cowboys coach. Used to play for the Cowboys back in the days. Jason Garrett. Myles Garrett. My man said, with the Chiefs eliminated, it's time for the Broncos or Chargers to become the new Chiefs in the division and brought us a better league picture. Damn. Yeah, like I was saying about that situation with Patrick Mahomes, man, it's sad. I hate to see that, man. You know, you hate to see that situation. But is it an opportunity for the Denver Broncos to win a division? Yeah, for sure. I think they already clinched the division. I think. I could be wrong, but I think they clinched the division once they beat against Green Bay the other night. I do like the Chargers. I think Jim Harbaugh's a great coach, and I think it's a hell of a matchup for Justin Herbert. I think they're going to definitely be forced to be reckoned with in the AFC West. But as far as the Bears game, man, look, the most important thing is them getting off their win, not allowing Green Bay to beat them twice, right? Not allowing the team that you lost to last week when you had a chance to win, or and make a serious statement. You didn't let that team beat you twice. You went out there and won that game. You didn't allow this to be a trap game, focusing all your attention on Green Bay. Instead of focus on the team that's in front of you. That can hurt. I've seen that happen before. Teams will be so upset, saying that the team that they just beat them again in the next game because they so locked in on that team instead of focus on the team that's in front of you. You can't do that. That's a recipe for disaster. So, looking forward to the Saturday night game with the Green Bay Packers. Should be very interesting. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect nothing less than what happened the last time they played each other. Hopefully we get a different results. That's going to be the most important thing. With that being said, let's get to these other games that was played. I know the Bears played, and of course, they wasn't the only team to play, but they was the most important team. But they wasn't the only team to play, right? So let's talk about these other games. So with that being said, Thursday, the game started off with the Atlanta Falcons beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm trying to figure out who wants to win the NFC South. Who wants to win the NFC South? Because I tell you this, New Orleans beat both of these teams, two division leaders in the South, back-to-back weeks. New Orleans beat them. Week 14, they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Week 15, they beat the Carolina Panthers. So with that being said, Carolina Panthers lost to the New Orleans Saints at the last second field goal. We had the Baltimore Ravens over the Cincinnati Bengals. You had the Philadelphia Eagles demolishing the Las Vegas Raiders. You had the Texans, just decapitating the Arizona Cardinals. You had the San Diego Chargers beating the Kansas City Chiefs. You had the Buffalo Bills coming back and scoring 5 touchdowns in the second half. That's crazy. Shout out to the fighting Josh Allen's over the division-leading Drake Mays. Trevor Lawrence put on the show, having 5 touchdowns his damn self against the Jets. The Washington Commanders beat the Giants. Of course, the Chicago Bears beat the Cleveland Browns 31-3. The Panthers lost to the New Orleans Saints 20-17. Detroit Lions brave comeback fell a little bit short to the Los Angeles Rams. The Seahawks, who had a kicking battle against the Indianapolis Colts, 18-16. The Packers went down to the Denver Broncos. The Titans beating the 49ers beating the Tennessee Titans. You had the Minnesota Vikings, who still said we got something to play for, and that's pride, beating the Cowboys. And tonight at 8:15, we have the Miami Dolphins playing against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, Pittsburgh got to win in order to keep up with Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens. We'll see how that goes. So those are just the NFL games I just read off that we had this weekend. For those who don't know, the college playoff begins this weekend as well. We got a couple good matchups. Let me take that back. I can't say good, okay matchups. Let me say that. And one of them on the schedule is the Texas Tech going against BYU. You have James Madison going against I'm sorry. That was the last week of the season. Let's get to this. You have Washington beating the brakes off of Boise State for the first bowl game of the bowl season, postseason. But the important games we got coming up, starting especially on this Friday, it's Alabama, number 8, going against Oklahoma. Of course, those are 2 SEC teams playing against one another, so it should definitely be interesting. That's one game in the playoff. On Saturday, the Miami Hurricanes play against the Texas A&M, Saturday at noon. And then later that evening, we have James Madison going against Oregon. Now, that should be a game you might want to turn off as soon as possible, because I don't see James Madison competing with Oregon. But I could be wrong. I can't say that I ain't, but I could be wrong. You got Ole Miss going against Tulane as well on Saturday. So it'll be interesting how that works out, but that's some of your first round games of the playoffs. Should be interesting. Very much so. That's who we got this week in college football. Like I said, and as far as NFL, we got some big games, big matchups, and it starts on Thursday. And, of course, that Rams and Seahawks. I will definitely be watching that game because I have a lot of I've got a lot of interest in that game because it could affect the seeding for the Chicago Bears, especially when we play Saturday night against the Green Bay Packers, FGB. Because that could definitely be for the NFC North Division title. My man said they're going to struggle if they play the way they did against the Colts. That's a fact. They will. Old Man Rivers. Shout out to that 44-year-old that 44-year-old OG quarterback from Phillip Rivers, who used to play at NC State. That man said, I need insurance. And it runs out within 5 years. Well, why not come back to the NFL and I can renew? I got 5 more years. That's what he did. He said, them kids, I'm going to get on my goddamn nerves. I need to get out of the house. So I'm going to go back to work. Honey, I'm going back to work. I ain't ready to retire just yet. I'm just saying. This is what we got to deal with. When guys get so desperate, they find old quarterbacks off the scrap heap to bring in to play quarterback for them. That's some crazy work. But let me say this. Philip didn't look too bad. He was able to move that ball. And we all know Seattle's got a good defense. Seattle's got a good defense. So he was able to get out there and be productive, even at the age of 44. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. And shout out to Indianapolis coach for rolling dice on him. Jesus Christ. Shout out to old man Rivers getting down there and grinding with them young boys. Said, but y'all ain't all that. I still got something left in the tank. He's out there like Uncle Drew. He telling somebody to hold his nuts. That's what Phillip Rivers out there doing. Hold my nuts. Hold your. Boy, if you ain't seen Uncle Drew, boy, you missing a classic funny movie. My man said, hello, everybody. Happy Monday. My man, shout out to you. Glad you been here. Hey, do me a favor, man. Hit that like button. You goddamn right. I appreciate it. With that being said, man, look, I want to see that Seattle game because the last time they played, of course, the Rams beat them in that game, first game. And guess what? They playing for the West. They not out of it just yet. They said, we got a chance to. We ain't gonna just let you just walk through here and just take the whole thing. No, we got to put up a fight like we going to. And that's what they plan on doing. Now, I hope Seattle plays better, like my man said, they did against Indianapolis Colts. And that kicker had to put in some work that weekend. His leg, he probably had to sit in that ice tub, man, to cool his leg off. He was working so hard, kicking them balls, man. I'm just saying. That's what he had to do all night. Offense said, well, I ain't got time. We're going to chill out tonight. We let the kicker get all the glory. Well, you can do it against the Colts, but you ain't going to be able to do it against the Rams. Rams got a good defense, and offense is nice. Now, I don't know about Devontae Adams. He got banged up in that game, so hopefully he's all right. Hopefully Devontae Adams is all right to play. We'll have to see about that. Another thing is the Bills said we're going to put up a fight. We're not done just yet. My man said JSN is going to torch the Rams. JSN is the truth, I'll tell you that. But now torch them? I don't know, man. We'll have to see about that. They're going to need him, I tell them that. They definitely going to need him. We'll see how that goes for him. Hopefully they does well. Hopefully Jackson Smith and Jaguar shows his ass off. I don't have him in fantasy, but if I'm playing against him, I hope he doesn't do a goddamn thing. I'm just saying, hey, Jackson, just take a day off. If I'm playing against you that week, then just take a day off. Don't worry about going acting a fool. Don't act a fool. I need you to just act civilized. Maybe get about 60 yards and 4 catches, and that's it. He said Amari St. Brown used to go to USC back in the day from California kid. Shout out to the young man. Plays for the Detroit Lions. Got him on my fantasy football league team. He produced. Thank you. He said, and they both are top 5 wide receivers in the game. Well, my man, let me say this. It's all about matchups. It's what it is, and it's what it always be. It's all about matchups. Who knows? But with that being said, Sam Darnold, well, he's been up and down. 1 minute he's up to producing, getting about 3 touchdowns and 300 some yards and doing what he got to do. Next time you go out there, he got you nothing. So this game against Seattle, a game against the Colts, he did nothing. I'm glad I didn't start him. I have started him, but I'm just saying. That shit hurts your soul when you see a man out there not producing. Truth about Darnold. It's a fact. You know, a funny thing about Sam Darnold. Now I'm hearing rumors that Minnesota's trying to get him or Daniel Jones back on the contract. Well, got to make a hell of a deal to get him from Seattle. I mean, he just signed that nice little contract for himself. You had your chance to have him when you could have signed him. He was asking for less. What makes you think if they do try to get him back, he ain't gonna be putting in demands for more money? I would if I was him. But you had him in your building, him and Daniel Jones. Instead, you went with the rookie. Look what it done for you. Nothing. So now you're on the outside looking in. Wish you had a quarterback instead of deal with J.J. McCarthy. Which I don't know. I don't know. The judge is out. The judgment is out on that. The jury's out on that. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm just saying. But guys, as far as the NFL playoff, and I'll show y'all the image. Let me pull it up again for those who might have missed it. With the Rams sitting number 1 and us sitting at number 2, Philadelphia number 3, Buckeyes. The Buccaneers number 4, Seahawks 5, 49 6, and the Packers sit at 7 currently. I really need the Rams to take a couple naps. I know I'm not gonna get lucky and get that type of request or answer for me. Football guys ain't gonna allow that to happen, are they? But it sure would be nice if it did. I'm just saying. Look, guys, let me say one more thing before I get up out of here. This college coach thing is going around. Michigan fired their head coach. I'm a man who doesn't accept or believe in domestic violence. My man Moore did a bad job of handling himself in that situation. He allowed his feelings and emotions to get the best of him. He did that. And I got to look at him because he's to blame. As a man, you can't move like that, man. You know the rules and regulations of the game. You can't be messing with the staffers and have inappropriate relationships with a woman who's you or their subordinate. Gave her a raise. Decide you want to have a relationship with this woman. Feel some type of way because she plan on dropping a dime on your ass. To the point now you threaten this woman's life and her livelihood. How did you think this was going to end if things would ever go left? That's what happens. So to me, he made a bad decision. My man said, You do. I know what he means. Do I talk fantasy football? Yes, I do. I'm upset right now because my fantasy football team, I was in 5 leagues and 2 of them are eliminated. 2 of them. It's a goddamn shame. Now, the funniest thing is the leagues I'm still in is one of my cheapest and one of my most expensive ones. That's crazy. The most expensive league I'm in, I'm still in it. The cheapest one I'm in, I'm still in it. But yes, do I talk fantasy football? Yes, I do. Before the season, I usually do a pre-season fantasy football. A guy with my man Chris Allen from CBS Sports. We usually do it over here. So I did one, shot a video. Maybe you check it out. Okay, I'm up 131 to 107, and they have, damn. Are you cooked? It's a good question. You up by 24, but it takes 25 to beat you. Can he get it? Yes, he can. Especially if he's healthy. Now, he got a little banged up last week. So is that in your favor? Maybe they put him on a pitch camp. Maybe they put Ollie Gordon 4 or 5 more carries than normal because they don't want to take a chance and really hurting HN. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a little banged up right now. So I don't know. Will they put him on a pitch count? Now, if they put him on a pitch count, you might have a chance. But it's only 24 points. And for a good running back like HN, it's not much. We know how explosive that guy can be. And see, sometimes if he gets a long run, some leagues, depending on your rules and your setup, they give him bonus points. Say if you get a 40-yard run and a touchdown, some leagues they give bonus. I know in the league I'm in, they do. So he might, instead of getting the 4 points for the 4 yards, he might get 8. They might double up plus the touchdown. So you get 8 points plus that sets 14 points right there. Now he's only need 11 more to go. He do all this in the first half. Look, Pittsburgh's got a decent defense, but they not that Pittsburgh defense of old. That's not your granddaddy's defense. It's not your daddy's Pittsburgh defense. I'm just saying. Somebody said, did you know you could bet on WWE? Hell no, I ain't betting on that shit. That shit's fixed. What makes you think I'm going to always bet on some shit that's fixed? No. Every practice this week, he was just either out or he wore a non-contact jersey. Well, we know how they did. They're going to save it to the game time. No, mine doesn't do that. It's just yards and touchdowns. Okay, cool. Shout out to the Eagles and the Lakers in 5. Shout out to one of my biggest haters of this side of Mississippi. Guys, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. You goddamn right. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Make sure you turn your notifications on so whenever I go live, you'll be there. Whenever I drop a video, you'll know. Shout out to you guys. Hit that like button. NFL and NBA just as fixed to keep it 1,000. I can dig it. I pray that didn't go over your head. I pray it didn't either. He said, I hope you don't think NFL and NBA is real. Well, they at least try to put on the persona that it is. So I'm going to ride with it until I can't ride with it. Come on, dog. Really? People just sick, man. How people do sick shit like that? Why would you do that, man? Why would you say some shit like that? Why would you do some shit like that? That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm just saying. Look, guys, yeah. And so hopefully, my man, at the nice one, hopefully that helps you. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of encouragement. You know, you're up by 24. You got a chance. I ain't gonna sit there and say, ain't no chance at all. No, you got a good chance of winning. You're about 24. He's got only a chance. That's it. But my man, you're gonna be pacing the floor hoping you get this. He only get 23 instead of 24. But he's that type of player, so you got to kind of watch him. You know, it's one of those things, man. I hate when it comes to like the Monday night games that you depend on. You got to sit all day Monday waiting for the game to tip off, and if you do lose, you hope it happens early so you can just turn TV off and start watching that bull crap ass game anyway. But hopefully you win, my man. Good luck to you this week. I wish my other teams was up 24 when I had a chance like you do, man, but I didn't. Like I said, 2 out of my 5 that made the playoffs. It's only going to help me. Like I said, the biggest pot on one and the smallest pot on the other. But, you know, I'm still in there. Yeah, I'm in there. Just saying, hey, do me a favor, guys. Make sure y'all hit that like button. So with that being said, I appreciate every last one of you guys being here tonight. And I hope you and your beautiful family have a great night. And hopefully your fantasy football team win if you're into it. Or maybe your NFL team. Hopefully they win. With that being said, I can't right on.